Hello boys and girls. Today we are looking at Unit 4 of English and this is the last unit for this term. The story is titled A Cure for Santa. This is a fun story based on Santa Claus and I'm sure this is going to stretch your imagination quite a bit. If you are used to stories like Narnia by C.S. Lewis or Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, you must be familiar with these characters like ogres and gremlins, goblins, elves and witches. Take a look at these pictures. I'm sure you will identify some of them, if not all. At least if you watched the movie Shrek, you know what an ogre is. In this story, a person called Robin is about to take charge as the new Santa Claus because his father, the original Santa Claus, passed away. Now, I don't think any of you listening to me is unfamiliar with who Santa is. Santa is the white-bearded, good-natured old man who comes to visit children on Christmas Day carrying loads of surprise gifts. Though Santa is an imaginary character, it is inspired from a real-life hero called Saint Nicholas. Saint Nicholas was a kind priest who used to help out kids who were needy and poor by giving them surprise gifts. Now back to the story. Robin is now the new Santa and he has a problem. You know what it is? It is a strange problem. He is scared of kids. Now if Santa Claus is scared of kids, how is he going to distribute all the nice gifts on Christmas Eve? So his good friends, a gremlin and an elf, take him to a doctor, an ogre and a witch so that they could try and help him. And you know what? None of them could help him. And finally, a little girl is able to make Robin overcome his fear for kids. It is a warm end to a fun story and you see that this new Santa, Robin, is moved by the innocence of the little girl and he is not scared of kids anymore. Go ahead and read this beautiful story. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. At the end of the story, you will find a comprehension section where there are questions based on the story and you have to try and answer them. If needed, write them down in your notebook. On page 42, there is an exercise based on dialogues taken from the story. So it's not that you read the story for fun, but pay good attention to answer these questions. Going to the words section, the word meanings, I will just take two of those words from the section that's given under the passage. One is chuckle. Chuckle means to laugh quietly, inwardly. Let me use that in a sentence. I chuckled to myself as I thought about a joke shared by my friend the other day. Another word that I would like to mention now is wrinkled. The meaning is folded surface of skin or cloth. Let's use that in a sentence. My uniform shirt is so wrinkled that I have to iron it now. Now go ahead and read all those words and the meanings and try and use them in sentences of your own. This is very important. That is how these words are going to stick in your memory and be part of your vocabulary. Moving on, let's look at how to form the opposites of some words by adding a prefix. What is a prefix? These are letters that you add to the start of a word. I will take you through a couple of examples so that this is very clear to you. Let's look at the word able. To get its opposite word, you add the prefix un so that it becomes unable. Similarly, lucky. The opposite of lucky is unlucky. Another one, acceptable. Add un as a prefix and you get unacceptable. Another prefix you can use is ir. Examples, relevant becomes irrelevant, responsible becomes irresponsible. Some words use the prefix in. Examples: formal becomes informal, complete becomes incomplete. One of the other prefixes that we can use is im. These are the examples: mature, immature, possible, impossible, perfect, imperfect. There are other prefixes also that you can use with other words like dis, respect, disrespect, order, disorder, or maybe ill, mannered, ill-mannered. So, according to the word, you can use certain prefixes and make that word into the opposite of it. In the same page, you find another exercise where you can add a suffix and make that word into an adjective. Here the suffix, or the set of letters that you attach to the end of a word, is full. Example: beauty and full, beautiful. Wonder and full, wonderful. Care and full, careful. Moving on page 41, you have an exercise where you have to match the words with their synonyms. Now, these synonyms are not just the exact meanings, but they carry a slightly stronger meaning. Example: happy. You have to choose a word from column B that not just means happy, but means very happy. Can you find that word? Exhilarated. That's right. So, you match happy with exhilarated. Like that, there is another word called angry. What is a word that could mean very angry? It's right there in column B. It is furious. So, angry can be matched with furious. Likewise, you have to match the rest of the words in column A with the synonyms that match from column B. Moving on, let's look at the grammar for this unit. Here we are learning about articles. I'm sure you've learned about this earlier, so it might be like a recap for you. There are three articles that we know of: a, an, and the. The is called the definite article. We use that before a noun to indicate something that is particular, something that is specific, something that is definite. So it is the definite article. The other one, a and an, are used for nouns that are used in a general or generic sense. We use a when the word starts with a consonant sound, and we use an when it starts with a vowel sound. On page 43, you have a couple of exercises to help you practice the right usage of a, an, or the. Go ahead and do those. The second one is also a fun one where some of those articles are missing. So you have to add the right article at the right spot and make the sentence sound sensible. So we've come to the end of the unit. You have some communication-based exercises that are given there with regards to listening, speaking, and writing. So these are for you to follow the instructions and practice them at home with or without help. Happy learning. See you next term.